Welcome back to another video, and today, as you can see, we'll be diving deeper into Bellingcat challenges, in particular Natural Wonders series. If you're waiting for GeoGuessr, don't worry, more GeoGuessr videos are coming. I'm just currently very much obsessed with Bellingcat. So let's have a look. What is the first challenge? Up the creek. That's a meandering river. Is that an oxbow lake? Gazing out of an airplane window gives you a unique perspective on the world. In this case, it's a view of a meandering river. Different aircraft fly at different altitudes, but this small plane was high enough to capture this river's winding path. What is the name of the river in the photograph? Don't include river in your answer. Okay, well, let's open up the image and have a closer look. What do we see here? Okay, we see a road. I think that is a yellow middle line, no? There on the left side, which would suggest somewhere in the US probably, or Canada, not Europe. Because initially I was thinking Europe looking at this this landscape. We have some buildings there in the distance, lots of gray roofs. Anything else? Another road there. Oh, there's a roundabout there. US doesn't have many roundabouts. Okay, there is a light blue bridge right here in the middle of the photo as well. Oxbow Lake. Where do we have Oxbow Lake? I think Oxbow Lake is where a river changes its course and leaves like a this shaped lake. I think that's what an Oxbow Lake is. Now I feel like these houses do feel very American to me. They do. And it does look like a yellow midland. So I will continue with an assumption that this is somewhere either US or Canada. Even with that even with that roundabout. The roundabout actually might come in handy. Because I've been experimenting with some tools where I could maybe use that. So we have a bridge as well. A bridge, a roundabout. I don't know, can we search by an Oxbow Lake as well? Maybe. Maybe. Anything else? I mean, we could try to search for this bridge. That feels like a bit of a long shot. But let's start with that, because it seems like the easiest thing to do. Even though it might be a bit of a long shot. We have some mountains in the background, as you can see as well. Well, let's see. Does Google find this bridge? What is that? Vimy Memorial Bridge. Ottawa, Canada. Rideau River in Ottawa, Canada. I mean, from these small pictures, it does look similar. Is it actually, though? Visual matches. Corrientes Bridge. Oh, wait, this is it, no? Seattle DGC. Local business news and data. Oh, site can't be reached. Cool. well, but Seattle DJC. What's the name of the bridge? Is it in Seattle? It looks very. Yeah, and there's the bend in the river as well, right? Like just like that, right? So I think it is that bridge, but the website is broken. Wait, maybe we can go to like archive. Web archive. Can we find... No, we can't. Okay, well. That is a dead end. We could add Seattle to the search query. Wait, what is this? No, that's not it, I don't think. Maybe this? This one in the background here. It could be it. Oh, here is the background video. Is this it? It looks similar, no? Yeah, it's definitely that bridge. Same bridge. Duval Bridge. Okay, it is Duval Bridge. Okay, let's open up Google Maps. Search Duval Bridge. And let's change it to this. Wait, there are way too many trees here. Something's not right. Wait a minute. Are there different Duval bridges in the US maybe? Because this one definitely seems very wrong. Duval Road. No, this is a different one. It is definitely the trees even match. We have this bushy tree right here, right next to it. So maybe we can search for this image because it's a much better quality. Novelty Bridge, which crosses the Snoqualmie River near Duval, Washington. So it isn't so it isn't Duval Bridge, it's a bridge in Duval, I guess. Let's verify that it is actually Novelty Bridge. Where would that be? Oh, here. It looks much. Yeah, it's even 3D. Looks, yeah. I think, yeah, we have the river going here, and we have the Oxbow Lake right there as well. Perfect. I didn't even need to bring out the big guns. Just a simple reverse image search helped. So the river name is Snoqualmie River. I think it's better if I copy the name. Snoqualmie River without the river in its name. Snoqualmie. Good, nice and easy start. But as we've seen in the previous videos, it can get difficult very quickly. So let's keep the guard up. Hot stuff. Who's fighting this wildfire? Helicopter 21 drops water on a wildfire. Photo by Thomas Bordeaux. Names change. In open source research, it's often useful to find up-to-date information about the names of or designations of people, places, and things. Large number identifying this helicopter has been changed since this photo was taken. Can you find its new number? As of July 2024, what is the tail number and large number of this helicopter? Use the format tail number, large number, ABCDE 99. Tail number and large number. Okay, we can close all the other things from the previous task. Okay, there is a tail number, I guess, which we can't really read, and the large number would be 21 here. Bombers. Red and yellow helicopter with the text bombers fighting wildfire. Well, I think we need to search for the helicopter who uses yellow and red helicopters. Right, wildfire. Well, let's go to Google. I mean, again, the first thing to do is to try to search for it. Does Google find it? Okay. Yes. So what do we have? Spain. Eurocopter AS350B3. Now branded as Airbus H15. If we can trust the overview. Can't always trust these things. Gotta take the AI thing with a pinch of salt always. 21. Here, I think this is the... Yeah, okay. This is the helicopter. 21 bombers. So it used to at least have 112 on the tail. That's like the emergency phone number in most of Europe. 112. So that would be the small number. The big number would be 21. ECMQR. Does that fit as well? Can we read? No. Oh yeah, now that I know it's 112, yeah, I can kind of read. It's 112 there. Wait, is this... Wait, I'm confused. So this particular helicopter, ECMQR is ECMQR. Okay, so this particular helicopter is ECMQR, I think. But this looks very different. That's not the... Is it the same? Oh, it is. ECMQR registration. It is the same registration, but this one is from 2020. This is an old photo. This one's from 2021. So it used to look like this. Then it looked like this. But now the question is, how does it look now? Well, what's the number now as of July 2024? So it might have... Was this the same one as well? Oh yeah, July 2024. Okay, so they changed it to this then. Because this is also ECMQR. Yeah. So 112.11 now instead of 21. For whatever reason, they seem to have changed it. And yeah, this is like the Spanish emergency helicopter. So the format that they're asking is tail number, large number. So it's 11. 112 is the, wait, no, 112 is the tail number, large number is 11. And what's the third thing? Wait, what? A, B, C, D, E. Wait, why 99? I'm confused. 112, 11? Like this? Tail number and large number. 112, 11, no? No. Okay, something's off. Tail number. Well, this is July. This is definitely it, but is the tail number something else? Is the 112 not the tail number? Is the ECMQR maybe supposed to, we need to type that in? Maybe that is, yeah, that would explain the format, yeah. Because A, B, C, D, E is the tail number. A, B, C, D, E, yeah, ECMQR. And then the 99 represents the large number. Okay. The tail number thing confused me. Because it's not really a number. But okay, we got there. Took me quite quick to realize that. Natural wonder. So next we have Alpine Adventure. Would you take the plunge? A chilly mountain lake. Sometimes you just need to escape it all. This mountain lake is a perfect place to relax and enjoy the view. What is the name of this body of water? Okay, well, let's again close all the previous ones. What do we see? Well, we are in a lake, clearly. Looks like a very small lake. I think the biggest, like, biggest thing to see here is, well, that mountain. This pretty unique looking mountain in the background. And, yeah. There is some sort of like a tree to our right. I think that's a tree. Might be like a rock wall maybe, but looks like a tree. I mean, we can try to search for this, I guess. It said it was Alpine, right? Yeah, Alpine Adventure. So somewhere in the Alps. So we can narrow that down. Chilly Mountain Lake. I hate to use the reverse image search for everything, but I feel like that's probably the best approach here as well. We could... Okay, let's try to first search for it. Just like Alps, blocky mountain, mountain top. I don't know if it's probably not a good search term, but yeah, we're getting these massive peaks. I'm not really. This doesn't look that high. It's not snowy. What is this? We could add a lake to it as well. Maybe it's a popular lake somewhere in the Alps. Lake. It looks quite unique, so I feel like if I noticed it, if I saw it here, I would recognize it. Oh, this looks a little bit similar. The mountains might be a bit too high, though. 10 stunning Swiss mountain lakes that will take my breath away. Let's see. I guess maybe it's best... Let's try to search for these lakes directly here. And then have a look around if... Yeah, no, these mountains are too high. The surroundings don't fit what we have in the photo. Blausee. Wait, that's the lake? It's very small. I think it's too small. Yeah, I don't think this is it. Lauensee. No, I don't think so. Silapsee. Could it be it? This kind of edge? Looks maybe kind of similar to that photo. Kind of similar vibe. Similar lake, like the reflection, I don't know, the color looks similar as well. I think these kind of flat looking rocks. Looks like we might have some flat rocks there. So this is the most promising one that I've seen thus far. Oh, it's very dark here in the shadow. Here. Can we get like a photosphere? There are photospheres. Good. So let's have a look around. No, unfortunately it is not it. It is kind of similar, but that's not right. Unfortunately. I thought we might have it, but let's keep going then. Yeah, I don't think it is in this top after all. I feel like we should try to reverse image search it then. If you know a good method how to find this without reverse image searching, let me know. I do want to learn new OSINT methods. But from what I know, this might be the best chance. Yeah, here we have Bear Lake, Nymph Lake, Dream Lake. Okay, there are different like a route. It is this. Google finds it pretty well. But which lake is it? Getty might have it correctly tagged. What lake is this? United States? Wait, what? Okay, I had to check what exactly Alpine means, because English isn't my native language. Relating to high mountains doesn't need to be Alps necessarily. Although this definition does say relating to the Alps, so I wasn't completely off. But you can use Alpine as referring to other mountains as well, apparently. So it doesn't have to be Alps, as I initially assumed. So looking at the Alp lakes was a bit of a waste of time, apparently. From what I saw in Google Maps, there seemed to be a lot of bear lakes in the US. So which one? Colorado, maybe, with some mountains looking like that. Yeah, no, maybe not this one. It doesn't say state anywhere here, does it? Okay, Mary Rudy in her Mountain Adventure blog. Surely she describes where she was exactly. Another stunning view. Bear Lake map. You are here. So Bear Lake looks like this. RMNP. I saw RMNP here as well. What is RMNP? What does it stand for? RMNP. Rocky Mountain National Park. That's what it stands for. Bear Lake RMNP. Oh, I think this is it. Where is that exactly? It is in Colorado. Wait, was it the one that I was looking at before? No, it wasn't. Just Bear Lake in Colorado finds this, but Bear Lake RMNP finds this, which is also in Colorado. So Colorado has multiple bear lakes, interestingly enough. Let's plonk it somewhere in the middle and see if it fits. Oh yeah, we can see that shape in the fog there. What is the question? What's the name of this body of water? Well, Bear Lake, yeah. Bear Lake. Okay, good. I do not enjoy that I have been using reverse image search on every single one. Hopefully we can do this one without it. Let's see. But I feel like it has been the best method to find it. What's the question? I immediately started looking at the cat and didn't even read anything. Pet the cat. Are you feline lucky? A cat sits impatiently as Bellingcat's Michael Colborne takes a photo. Hello, cat. In what town does the cat reside? All right. Well, let's see. My first thought here was Italy. Very cute cat, I gotta say. But. Huh. Not too much info. We have some sort of, what is that in the background? Some sort of like a stone railing, table, something. Some guardrail. I don't know what that is. What you would call it. Like white brick buildings. Looks like very narrow streets. This very much reminds me of Venice. From when I visited Venice a few years ago. Kind of reminds me very much of those narrow Italian streets. So I feel like my first guess would be Italy here, but that's just my first impression. What should we search for? Is that like a green bin? Green trash bin? Maybe that's city specific? There's some sort of like a reddish sign. I don't know how helpful that might be as well. But that's something to keep in mind. We have some sort of like a old old-looking lantern here on top right. And this feels like it might be some sort of like a entry to a famous place, like a church or some museum, I don't know. Well, that's kind of everything that I'm seeing here. It's time to start looking for things, but what do I look for exactly? Italy, green trash bin? Oh boy. Yeah, we're getting these big ones. No, I want the wall-mounted trash bin. This is so not what I'm looking for. Oh yeah. No. Looking at Venice pictures, at least in the photos, I'm not seeing any green wall-mounted bins like we have. Well, okay, I'm looking for Mediterranean narrow white streets. The pavement looks very different in these first photos, as you can see. So it's nothing like this. So let's find something where the pavement would fit. Spain, no, this is different. Let's see, we could try to add Italy to the search query. Italy. Let's see, I feel like, yeah, this pavement is already much more fitting to what we have in the cat photo. Kind of reaffirms my suspicion it might be Italy. How do we find where? That seems like the biggest challenge. I'm hoping to maybe find a green bin peeking out in one of these photos, so that we can maybe get a city to explore further. Let's maybe add historic white streets, because wherever we are, it's definitely historic. We can see that much. Yeah, Venice doesn't have that many white bricks, I would say. In my memory, they had more light buildings, but most of them are quite brown bricks in Venice. I feel like it might be more south then. Like Sicily or something. Okay, maybe this could be Malta? I know Malta has lots of light bricks, but I don't know if the pavement would fit. We have these brown shutters. I don't know how helpful that is, but that's another thing that's there. We can pay attention to. They do have shutters in Malta. Not brown though, but I guess it depends on the building probably. Malta is similar, but I don't think it is it. I'm not finding any green bins. I'm not finding any signs looking like this or these stone whatever sculptures or what you want to call them. So I don't think it would be Malta, at least not Valletta. I feel like the vibes of these small streets, the buildings don't fit, but the vibes of these narrow streets with the similar pavement, I really think this has to be Italy. I just gotta find the right city and the right place. Or could it be Greece? Maybe I haven't really looked at Greece. Maybe Greece is worth to check out as well. Ooh. This pavement looks kinda similar, no? Also, the buildings are quite white in this city in Bari. It's quite a touristy Italian city. I haven't been there myself, but it's maybe the best one that I've seen. Well, the most fitting one, I mean. The brick is quite white, but I don't know if it's white enough. I don't know. The vibes, the pavement is super similar, but it might be coastal. It might be coastal somewhere in Italy or some other country. But maybe not Bari in particular. I'm noticing that Split has a bit similar pavement as well. And also white houses. I thought I'd check it out since it's on the Adriatic Sea as well. Definitely similar vibes. But again, feels a bit off, I would say. But look at this pavement, it's pretty much the same. There must be a better way than just checking random Italian cities and another cities and looking for green bins. I don't know if it is a good move, but we can try to search for green waste bins like this using Overpass Turbo, which is a tool I recently discovered. Let's say Bari. It doesn't find any. Is my query wrong? Or are there no green waste bins in Bari? Okay, well, the query is wrong. It was color with a U, first of all. Second of all, it finds something. It finds some green bins in Rome. In this area in particular. Has a lot of green bins apparently. But in terms of citywide, clearly it looks like this cluster has a lot of... What is the city? Pescara. Looks like Pescara uses green bins all around. So let's explore that city. Let's see, where is one of the bins that are supposedly green? Okay, on the corner of this church here. Okay, that is a green bin. It is not a bin that I'm looking for. So we can have a look at another one, but if it looks the same, we can eliminate this city at least. Okay, there is a green bin here as well, and it also looks the same as the previous one. So this city does not use the type of bin that I'm looking for. Let's try to add, I don't know if this will work, but let's try to add another tag, support equals wall, to indicate it is mounted on a wall. Let's see if that works. There are lots of different parameters we can use, like covered equals no. I think we definitely want to do indoor equals no as well. Okay, this one returned nothing. What are the support a wall is an option, yeah. Wall mounted, maybe. Well, interestingly enough, it only finds something in a few cities. We also always gotta keep in mind that some of the things might not have been fully tagged, or the color might have changed or something along those lines. But, well, it clearly looks like we need to check this city out, Catania. Let's give it a go. Most of these bins actually seem to be kind of north of the city, so I don't think this will be it. But we can have a look nevertheless. Okay, this green bin also does not look like the one we are looking for. I don't know, this is the way to go. Okay, let's run this scan one more time with even a wider range, and if it doesn't bring anything useful, we move on, I think, to some other strategy. Well, this didn't work. It took a bit too long to return anything useful. We can reduce the size, maybe, of the box. Okay, oh, we can manually set the box, actually, didn't know that. Let's include the whole Italy. Maybe some Greece as well, and Malta. Maybe a bit of Croatia. No, let's see if it returns something on time. Okay, it returned something. So let's see. We have an interesting selection here, I gotta say. We investigated these ones. Well, one of them at least. There's one in Syracuse. No, that one doesn't fit. It's a small Greek town, so I feel like it's probably not it, but... Yeah, well, there's the bin. There's the bin, but it looks way different. Yeah, it's not there. These ones are like in a cemetery, so that's not gonna be it. What is this? This is near a lake. Some camping site. No, that's not gonna be it either. Well, okay, none of these finds seem to fit what we have. So either my query wasn't fully right or it's not in this square. So either one. Alright, it is the next day now. I took a break because I was starting to feel a little bit too tired yesterday. And I was laying there in my bed thinking about how I feel about reverse image search. Because as a GeoGuessr player, I'm not a big fan of it. And I feel me using it isn't very exciting for a video if I just like use it and it's right there. But at the same time, the goal is to find the location in any way necessary, and anyone else doing this challenge would use it. So I was kind of debating in my mind like how I should approach this, you know? And I feel like I will use it, even though it might make the video less interesting. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts about it in the comments. But it's just, I don't know, it feels very inefficient to go through Google search results for like 40 minutes while I know anyone else would just use Google reverse image search and just find it, you know? If you hate reverse image search, I totally get it. You can go check out the geodetective series in the top right corner, where I try to look for fan images without reverse image search. But I think I did come to a conclusion that I will keep using reverse image search in these Bellingcat videos, because that's how OSINT works, you know? And I don't think I used it for this image yesterday, because I was kind of trying to do it without it, but I failed, pretty much. It took me too long, and then I just got too demoralized. So let's start today with a reverse image search. I don't know, I should probably not include the cat, because I don't think that's particularly relevant to the location. So let's try to, I don't know, it might not even be, it might not even find anything, I don't know. But it is worth a try. Let's see, does it find something? Image, alleyway in the historic town of Ruvi di Puglia, Italy. Well, that's one of the options. Okay, well, I'm obviously not gonna look at the Bellingcat challenge write-ups that other people have done. That would be cheating in my mind, just looking up the answer. But all the other images are a fair play. So what do we have here? Is this it? This looks like it. Ooh, okay, and this bin is not green, which might explain why I couldn't find it yesterday with the tool that I showed. And it says it's Montenegro, Kotor, Rueles de Kotor. I don't think I checked Kotor yesterday, did I? I checked some Croatian cities, but I don't think I checked anything in Montenegro. Let's see. Can I find this? Where are we? Well, it feels somewhere central. The pavement, the tiles don't fit, at least not here. We do have white buildings, though. Okay, I can't move around, it's not official. Okay, here we are with an official coverage, and the tiles do fit. And let's walk around and see if we can find this, like some sort of like an entryway or of some sort. Could this be it? Maybe? Because I was thinking it might be some sort of a church. Yeah, okay. We do have this sign here. Yeah. And we have the bin. And we have this thing, and we have the steps as well. These, I guess, yeah, there are these circular steps. Okay. I do admit it feels underwhelming to find it with the Google, with reverse image search, but the goal is to find it, not to make it exciting, so. In what town does the cat reside? Kotor. Okay. And let's go to the final image. Too tired. This is exhausting. Okay. Jake's motorbike is in the middle of nowhere. Jake parked his motorbike in the middle of nowhere to take a photo of the beautiful landscape. He was too tired to continue riding, so he decided to camp for the night. What is the name of the camping area nearest to this location? Oof, okay, so what do we see here? Well, we do have the motorbike, which to me it looks like a regular motorbike. I'm not seeing anything particular about it that would help with where this might be. I think it probably says Kawasaki there, which is a brand that I've heard of. And, well, the landscape, of course. We have some big mountains, some snowy mountains. And we have not too many trees, very bare mountains, as you can see. Without, like, any foliage and some rockiness, some bare naked rocks visible as well. Now, where do I think this might be? Somewhere high up, I feel, because like the trees, the shrubs that we have are very low, it feels like it would be somewhere high up. And with the mountains it would make sense. Unfortunately, we don't see any road lines. I was hoping maybe though they could help, but no. I think all we have here is the nature. And I'm not very good with nature, unfortunately, I feel. That's not good. That's not good. Vibe-wise, where would I go? It kind of reminds me a little bit of Mongolia, but something feels off. I think the mountains feel a little bit off for Mongolia. I feel like US is always an option, maybe. They have a lot of mountains. This doesn't feel like Europe to me, I would say. So maybe US, maybe somewhere Central Asia would be my kind of two ideas. Let's use the infamous image search. See what we get. Does Google agree with my vibes? The image captures a scenic view of a mountain range, likely a remote natural setting such as Canada. Well, Canada is of course also an option. I mentioned US, but Canada is definitely an option too. Denali National Park, maybe? Let's see if the mountains would fit. They are very similar, yeah, and very kind of sparse trees around. I think the general gist works very well with, so it's this Denali National Park. Was Denali the highest mountain in North America? Highest mountain peak in North America, yeah, I remember that one correctly. Would make sense why it feels so high up. So let's open it up in Google Maps. Denali National Park. Could try to scan this like this. Another option is we could try to look for some camping sites, but I don't know how close we are. There should be one nearby based on the question, I would imagine, but not sure how close it is. We only see kind of three mountains here. One right next to us, two in the distance. Where do the roads go here? Can we see? There are no roads here. There are some roads here. So maybe somewhere near this road that we are. Well, let's see. So it would be kind of like the central area. So tourism equals campsite. And so this would be like Mount Denali National Park. So somewhere in there, let's have a look. How many campsites do we have in that area? Maybe it's few and we can go through them and see. Okay, I mean, it's not that many. 26 nodes we have here. So we can maybe see like views from that areas and then see if something maybe fits well. Well, I guess let's start with the one that's way out here, which probably wouldn't be it. I think it's a bit too far from the mountains. It's a little hilly here, but no, this is not here, I don't think. No, this is not either. No, these locations have too many trees. I feel like we need to go closer to the mountains. Okay, the mountains are getting higher here, but again, too many trees. But the vibes are definitely similar, very similar to what we have here. So I feel like we might be close. These are some pretty epic views from the plane here in Mount Denali, but it's not helping me too much. All these mountains look the same to me. How am I supposed to find where this is? Maybe it's not even here, I don't know. It just looks very similar. I'm starting to doubt that it is somewhere here, because I've been looking all around. I've been looking at the places where there are camping sites nearby. I'm not finding anything useful. Okay, let's return to the search, because I've been looking all around and there are similar mountains, but nothing really convinced me it's for sure there. Let's see, maybe there's some other good options that we notice. These mountains look very similar. Zillow. Tin Cup Almond Waterfront, where is that? Tin Cup, it is in Colorado. Tin Cup. We can have a look there as well. This doesn't feel too right either. The views are beautiful, but that's not what we're looking for. I feel like this is similar, but we have too many rocks just laying around. We didn't have any rocks like that in the original photo. So it might not be here either. This is super similar now. Like similar mountains, similar vibes. There are clearly some people riding here with motorbikes as well. Somewhere up here in Yukon, maybe? Some of these photos looked quite similar, I thought. And these ones are from Yukon. Ooh, I'm liking this view. Oh, but the mountains are a bit too rocky. We need something a bit more grassy. But it's similar, the vibes are very close. I changed the tool to Google Earth Pro, because I feel like the mountains are much better viewed here than in Google Maps. Still, I don't know how helpful that is. For me, it's by far the easiest way to compare things to go in the street view, like in a photosphere. But what I'm afraid of is that maybe there isn't a photosphere wherever this is. And in that case, it's really hard to compare wherever we are. Let's have a look all the way up here. I have looked at these like lower ranges, but I haven't really looked all the way up here. Ooh, this looks not too bad. There's a severe lack of trees, but maybe we can find some. Are there any camping sites this far to the north even? Let's have a look. Okay, there are some here and there. Actually, not that many. There are a bunch up here. So we can see how do they correlate to the mountains. There is one here in these mountains, like literally one. And then there is one more southern here. And then there are a bunch of camping sites here, but I feel like the mountains here are too low. So it can't be there. All the way up here. The east of the... Maybe as well? We gotta check that out. And bunch here in Yukon. Along this road, which I feel like the mountains here are also... yeah, too low, I would say. Okay, so if it is here, then... It's really not that many camping sites to check out. Let's start with these ones. This does feel very similar, no? Or am I crazy? I guess the bushes, the flowers maybe are a bit different. But vibe-wise... I feel this is the most similar thing that I've found. It's not it though, but the trees, the mountains, everything feels super similar. However, the issue is that it is all the way up here, and there's like almost no coverage, neither official nor unofficial. So finding it might be an issue. I've heard of the cool tool called Peak Visor, but I don't know how it works. I know you can like look at the mountains here and supposedly search for them somehow. Well, what we can take into account is that shadows go there, which would be to the north if we are there in Yukon. So these mountains would be to our west, we know that much. This valley kind of goes there, extends maybe to the north. So maybe we can try to align that somehow? Okay, Bellingcat has a video 3 hours long on how to use Peak Visor. Oh. Okay, I should probably watch that first before continuing with this one. Well, okay, I'll start watching it and we'll see if I manage to find this today or I'll need to continue tomorrow again, but, well, wish me good luck. Okay, it's another day. I have finished watching 2 of Bellingcat's videos about Peak Visor and how it is used. Quite interesting, I would say. I will leave them in the description if you want to check them out. But pretty much, Peak Visor is good for pinpointing and aligning locations, the mountains with the photos. It's much more precise than Google Earth, but it's also much slower and bulkier. So what I'm thinking is that I will keep scanning with Google Earth, and if I find something that might fit, we can move on to Peak Visor to adjust things and see if they fit. That's kind of my strategy. But, well, we do need to keep scanning and maybe scan more methodically than I did before. Let's start from this side and move west is what I'm thinking. As I kind of mentioned in the previous day, the shadows are going in that direction, which would suggest we are looking to the west. That is assuming we are actually in like Yukon or Alaska. But, well, let's see. I'm going through these mountains. I kind of was pondering that maybe, since we are on a motorbike in the photo, right, we would probably be kind of close to a road, would be my assumption. Probably not on a major road, but I imagine a major road might be nearby. And as you might notice, there really aren't many roads here. So I feel like maybe we're somewhere around this area. Or around some of these like small towns like Anaktuvik Pass or Arctic Village or here. That's kind of my reasoning maybe to kind of focus more on those areas now. Would this be it? Okay, there is kind of a little bit of resemblance. We have this mountain, this mountain. We gotta look from Peak Visor though. Really hard to tell from Google. It is kind of similar, but we have this like ridge coming down from this mountain that's on the right side, right? We don't really have it here, unless we move somewhere all the way, like here? Yeah, no, it looks way different from what we need. It was the closest find yet, but it's not right. Thinking this has to be like the side of a road, right? But how big is the road? I don't know. Is it a highway? Is it like a small road going through the mountains? Maybe I should, instead of scanning around the highways, I should scan like from the highways. Wait, these highways both have street view, I think. So that could actually be quite handy. Both of these highways have street view, the one in Alaska and the one in Canada. So I think Maybe the way is to actually look at the street view in this case then, if I want to scan the highway itself. I have a lot of options to try, but I don't know which one is the best. Scanning the mountains hasn't led to anything, so I think I will opt for street view. Just look around and see if what fits the best. Well, not this. This mountain looks kinda similar. This left one and the right one. But I'm trying to figure out whether it's the angle or if this is the wrong mountain. Because we do have a river here, which I don't think have... At least we don't see it in the original photo. Yeah, I think this is similar, but this is not it. I'll keep this one in mind, but I'll keep looking. Okay, it is not here, but I noticed that the ground here, next to the road, is super similar to what we have here in this photo, which kinda makes me think that it might indeed be taken from the side of one of these highways. Okay, bad news, or maybe good news, I don't know. Something that I realized, since we are so far to the north, shadows could be pretty much going in any direction, depending on the time of the day. If it's early in the morning, they could even be going south. But generally they should be heading towards the north, but we can expect some weirdnesses, so I need to keep an eye out for other directions as well. I feel like we are getting way too many trees here now, compared to what we have here, so either I have missed it, or it is on a different road. Maybe the other one. Let's check this one now. Okay, I was getting desperate and thinking that I will not find it, but I haven't confirmed it yet, but look at this. First of all, I found like a nice viewpoint, which already kind of piqued my interest, because if you want to take photos, you would probably do it near a viewpoint. But look at this. Look at this mountain. The shape is very similar, and these two peaks here. Look at these two peaks. These two peaks. Let's move a little. I think this is it. We might need to adjust it, find the exact spot, but I think those are the mountains. Okay, these are definitely the right mountains, because we have this mountain, we have these little three peaks, we have this incline going up. We need to find a place where we are near the end of this kind of ridge. I think it goes there. I think there's like, oh, maybe, oh, okay, it did say there was like a camping set, so this must be it. Camping set nearby. So there is, I think we might be somewhere up there even, actually. I mean, as a good challenge, I know it's not asked for of us, but since I spent so much time learning how to use peak visor for no real reason for this challenge really, but it is a great tool, so let's use it to pinpoint the exact location. Okay, so we are on the road here right now, and so we can import the photo. I have not done this before, so this might take a while for me. Yeah, we are getting closer. We are getting closer, I feel. We're further away. Okay, well this is not ideal, so we can still adjust. There's some slight inaccuracies here. But, well, I'm pretty happy with how it looks. So... very nice. We have the exact coordinates here. I think this is the bush in the photo. The shape fits, the location fits, which means that the bike is located around like here-ish. The ridge looked deceptively close, probably because of the focal length of the lens. But it feels so nice to finally find this. Now, what is the name of that camping site? Where did I see a camping set? There was a camping set nearby that I saw. Oh, here. Right, a little bit further down. Tombstone Campground. That's the one. And I believe that is what we are looking for. Name of the camping area. Oh boy. Well, this episode started off with lots of reverse image searches and ended with by far the longest challenge that I've done. And I learned some new things as well with Peak Visor, which I'm sure will come handy in the future. I hope you enjoyed this episode and all the effort it took to make it. Any and all feedback, leave it in the comments below. Make sure to press that like button. And on the right side, there will be some more Bellingcat challenges I think you will enjoy. Thank you very much for watching, and big thanks to all my patrons and YouTube members for making this channel possible.